No, there were a lot of people over there that did an awful lot of brave things and never got the credit for it.
If you understand how Schwarzkopf feels about Vietnam, you'll understand why Operation Desert Shield is starting to look like overkill.
When you go to war, when you're putting American lives on the line, then by God, go to war. Don't mamby-pamby around and cause yourself to take more casualties and get into a war of attrition and that sort of thing. If you're going to fight, by golly, let's use the strengths that America has in that battle. And I feel very strongly about that even today.
Nobody, least of all Saddam Hussein, can call Operation Desert Shield namby-pamby.
You know how he knows? That sourceman, he's an avid watcher of American television news. And so that's why, you know, when we show him on television, the build-up, when we show him what's going on, that's where he gets a lot of his information. One of our strengths is the fact that we know what he's doing. We know what he's doing, we know where he is, and we know what's happening over there. And I plan to use that every opportunity I can.
One of the ways Schwarzkopf knows is through the AWACS radar plane, which can see deep inside Iraq.
We're going to show you two pairs of MiG-29s that are coming either north and northwest out of Talil or actually out of the Baghdad area.
High-tech weapons may give him the edge over Saddam Hussein, but that is not why Schwarzkopf has spent his life in uniform.
I wouldn't be in the Army if there weren't soldiers. Because somebody once said, if when it stops being fun, you ought to get out. I can remember 1,000 times when it hadn't been any fun at all. And you walk out, you're really feeling lousy, and up comes rear rank Rudy, you know, and he's got his fly unzipped, and he may be, you know, flicking his finger in his ear, and he comes up to you and says, "Sir, just thought you'd like to know that the troops think you're doing a pretty good job." Boom. You're right up. That's all it takes. I'm responsible, right now I'm responsible for 108,000 lives, and I got to tell you what, that weighs very heavy on me. Very, very heavy. And I am very much conscious of every one of those 108,000 lives with every single decision that I make. Every one.
Sergeant Major, good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Take care of the soldiers.
Yes, sir.
So far, 15 lives have been lost, all in accidents, and not every decision has turned out right.
I had some bad nights there in the first 2 or 3 days when planes weren't showing up that were supposed to show up, and those that were showing up at the wrong places. And I mean, Murphy was alive and well and operating all over the theater. And if you could have seen us down in the war room, we were literally managing individual airplanes at that time, which is not really what my staff is supposed to be doing.
And there is still much to be done, even on basics like coordinating operations with the Saudis. Schwarzkopf and the chief of the Saudi Armed Forces meet daily with their staffs in the war room deep in the bowels of the Saudi Defense Ministry. But privately, U.S. officers admit that so far, it's all show and very little go.
My worst fear would be that we would be forced to do something that would cause us to lose the lives of our forces, and we'd end up with nothing to show for it. That would be my worst fear. Depending upon how much time we have here, I might come over and see you.
One thing that could force Schwarzkopf's hand is the loss of public support. But for now, the American people, particularly those who signed this petition from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, overwhelmingly support Operation Desert Shield.
You know, there's personal messages. Hi, Ron. See you soon. Hopefully Aunt Millie and Uncle Ted. I mean, what can be more American than that, huh? Jeez, you know, thinking of you. Come home, keep cool. Keep the peace. Just wait.
As thousands more troops pour into Saudi Arabia, the American commitment and Schwarzkopf's burden grow greater. He once said, "Even though higher headquarters screws it up every way you can possibly screw it up, it is the initiative and valor on the part of small unit leadership that will win it for you every time."
That is one of my great solaces. Late at night when I lie in bed and look at the ceiling and think about this whole awesome responsibility that's on my shoulders, I just remind myself that there's thousands and thousands of great leaders out there who, even if I do screw it up, they'll sort it out and make it right, and it makes me feel pretty good.